Good afternoon, I'm Julianna Bonnett and you're watching MediaPlex Live at 1. Our top story today, striking public nurses in Windsor-Essex County Health Unit rejected their latest offer earlier today. The 86 nurses have been on strike since International Women's Day, which was March 8th. Bargaining unit president for the striking nurses, Barb Dieter, called the offer disrespectful and said they will fight for a collective agreement that reflects their true values to the community. She also says that health unit management have barely moved from their positions and that nurses are being paid half the amount of those in male-dominated fields. Also earlier today, representatives from the Ontario Nursing Association delivered petitions to Tecumseh Mayor Gary McNamara. A suspect was arrested related to 2 Windsor playground fires that happened within minutes of each other on Wednesday. The first fire occurred at Dawson Road Playground at approximately 5 in the afternoon. The second fire, reported less than an hour later, was 4 streets away at Francis Court Park. Both playgrounds had relatively new equipment that was damaged by the fires. A 15-year-old male from Windsor, who cannot be named because of the Youth Criminal Justice Act, is facing charges of arson. Windsor is home to some of the biggest corporations in Canada. Sandra Kelly took some time this week to meet some of the smaller businesses who are planting roots on Tecumseh Road East and making Windsor a bit more colorful.
Tecumseh Road East by the intersection at Bonnett has some history as a revolving door for businesses. But for a few new and old tenants, it's the place they want to call home. Lily Howard has owned Readings by Lily for the last 4 years.
I'm Native American from the Cherokee people. I do a lot of medicine work for those people. I help a lot of people. I'm also a licensed counselor, a licensed psychologist. Everybody needs a little bit of guidance and help, and I'm very in tune with Mother Nature and the universe, so I do a lot of the tarot readings based on the native animals. For every human being, an animal's characteristic seems to match a human being.
Just next door at House of Cards, one man is fulfilling his dream.
Oh, we've wanted to do this for over 20 years now, but we had to wait for the right timing, basically. Hockey is the sport. We just interact. Like, it's not just a game you watch on TV. It's something you're attached to, right? You can go meet the player and shake his hand every day, but you can get his card and have it and say, I have this, and I have his autograph, and I have his, you know what I mean? It's just, there's always been a lot of broken dreams of a lot of people that wanted to play hockey, never made it. This is the closest they can get, right?
A few doors down from House of Cards, a young hairdresser has opened the newest location of Il Capo Hair Headquarters.
I feel like you got more energy. Well, it took a long time. Okay.
I started at the barber's chair in the mall. Apprenticed there. From there I went off to the man shop. Worked there for about 2 years. And later on after that we opened up El Capo. If we are a little bit busy and we can't service you right away, we have the foosball table, pool table, and air hockey to accommodate you guys, as well as free Wi-Fi, PlayStation Zone as well, and complimentary drinks.
We have Sandra Kelly here in the studio with us. So Sandra, you mentioned that the area has been a revolving door for businesses. What has been the history of the businesses in this area?
Thanks, Juliana. Well, on both sides of the street in that little area there, we've seen things like milkshake and hot dog stores that only last a couple of months, a long-standing bakery that almost became a grill that never finished opening that's now a hairdresser, different shops coming and going, switching in, switching out. But now it seems like finally we're getting some stability with the business owners that are currently there or are starting to move in. Back to you.
Thanks, Sander. The owners of the Windsor Spitfires are working to sell the hockey club. The ownership group sales to Smile First Corporation founder and CEO Asim Parekh is currently pending approval by the OHL. The Spitfires have had the most successful run and best wins and loses in record for the team's history under the current ownership. One man's trash can be transformed into another man's art. Barry Hazelhurst visited the Walkerville Artist Co-op this week to see some of the unique creations.
The 4th annual Revitalized Sculpture People's Choice Awards opened April 1st at the Walkerville Artists Co-op. Artists get their inspiration from recycled items. Some objects in this year's show include piano keys, concrete, feathers, buttons, reconstituted silver, and petrified wood. Local, emerging, and established artists are showcasing their work, and all pieces are being judged. The competition has been narrowed down to 8 finalists. Tony Wells, a local artist and artist co-op organizer, was on hand to fill us in for more details about the awards.
So everyone is welcome to attend, especially the artists and their families.
Yeah.
So because right now we have 8 pieces that are the finalists, and we're inviting everyone in to come in and vote, because it's more like a People's Choice Award than it is a judged ceremony.
The public is encouraged to visit the gallery and get their vote in. Final judging is on Sunday. Winners will receive a cash prize. This is the 4th annual Revitalized Sculpture Contest here at the Walkerville Artists Co-op. Make sure you come in and vote for your favorite piece. I'm Barry Hazelhurst for MediaPlex, live at 1.
Freddy's Restaurant in Leamington is hosting their 6th annual Run for Diabetes tomorrow at 10 a.m. at Point Peely. The fundraising event consists of a 1K Kids Dash, 5K Walk, 5K Run, and 10K Run. Proceeds will go to the benefit of Juvenile Diabetes Research Fund. Participants will be welcomed back to Freddy's for a free meal. Mike McClue, co-owner of Freddy's Restaurant, said they started the run after his infant nephew was diagnosed with diabetes.
And then I became diabetic. My parents became diabetic, and we thought, well, there's a lot of different things happening that raise funds for cancer and heart attacks and so on and so forth, but nothing for diabetes. So decided to try something out.
A reminder that construction on Huron Church Road is underway and no left turns are permitted between Malden Road and Dorchester Road. The $5.5 million project is aiming to improve the road's overall structure and street lighting, as well as establish new traffic signals and infrastructure. Phase 1 has traffic moving to the southbound lane. In Phase 2, it will follow the northbound lane. Just under 40,000 vehicles a day travel along Huron Church. For more detail, you can visit the City of Windsor website or call 311. MediaPlex students at St. Clair College were honored last night at the college's Journalism Awards Night. Glenn Fu was there to capture some of the highlights.
More than 100 students and local media representatives attended the awards nights recognizing excellence in writing, editing, on-air presentation, and Journalist of the Year. MediaPlex faculty member Shelley DeVench Haggart helped run the events. She guides students with their feature writing and thinks the nights is a great opportunity for the young journalists to celebrate their hard work.
That our students can gather together. It's a great way to wrap up our year and really acknowledge the effort that they've put in this last year or two and get ready to go on to what's next.
MediaPlex Convergence Coordinator Veronica Mando acknowledged students and local media both contribute this program being a real convergence media.
Another thing that's very important to us is that we have the support of people in the local media.
Attendees were asked about what journalists mean to them. Windsor Police Chief Al Federica.
Journalism to me means telling a story of humans and their interaction with each other. And I think it's probably one of the best gifts that we have as a community is people telling their stories through journalism.
Vincent George, University of Windsor professor and Windsor International Film Festival Executive Director, was the evening's guest speaker. He talked about recent taking the role of journalist and interviewing CNN's Anderson Cooper. George shared his perspective about that role.
But the one thing I was so amazed by from the journalists that were actually there of how prepared with content and prepared with tech, and I didn't realize at what point all of you folks are trained in like everything.
For MediaPlex News, I'm Glenn Fu.
A 41-year-old man in Windsor was arrested by police Tuesday after allegedly stealing a car and gasoline, driving aggressively and attempting to rob 2 homes. The car, a white 2007 Cadillac Escalade, was reported stolen around noon. It was spotted at a gas station on Dougal and being driven aggressively around Dougal and Cabana. Police later arrested a man breaking into the home on Cabana Road West. This was the second home that the individual had tried to break into. Henry Lewinsky is charged with theft of a motor vehicle, break and enter, possession of stolen property, and theft of fuel. Now on to weather. Expect a high of 18 today, accompanied by showers. Tomorrow the rain will clear up and we will have some sun with a high of 13. On Sunday the rain will turn and temperatures will cool off to 4 degrees. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Julianna Bonnett and this has been MediaPlex News live at 1.
MediaPlex News Now is a production of the St. Clair College Journalism Program.